Hi guys, come one, come all, come on in. Happy Tuesday. Come on in for today's topic. Today we're going to talk about how to anchor to the right mindset that it takes to build a six-figure coaching business. So excited to be with you guys today. I'm going to do a little tech check, make sure you guys can see me, you can hear me. So drop me a comment as you're coming in. I've got Hallie, my Facebook community manager, who's going to be tagging you guys in the comments as you're coming in here so that you get alerted to today's training topic. As you're dropping in, let me know where you're watching from. As many of you know, I'm out here in Denver, but I will tell you guys that next week I'm moving. So there won't be a training next week. We'll think of something else fun for you guys to do while I'm moving. But next week I am moving to St. Petersburg, Florida. So I will be catching you guys from St. Pete for the next training video after this one. Okay, let me just go in here, make sure you guys can see my video. And as you're coming in, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, or drop me a fun GIF and, find a GIF or a GIF that represents how you're feeling today. Okay, so as you guys are rolling in, I'm going to pull up some goodies for you guys so we can kind of dive right in on today's topic. For those of you catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know who's watching the replay. So, for those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Betty Kempa. I'm a business coach for coaches, a marketing strategist. I'm all about organic marketing, finding ways to do content and organic marketing without leaning into Facebook ads in building your business. I'm a LinkedIn expert. I am an IPEC grad. I am on the Forbes Coaches Council. Very specifically, I help corporate professionals ditch the 9-to-5 and repackage their genius into a six-figure coaching business using my signature methodology, the 5 C's of building a six-figure coaching business. As always, if you'd like additional coaching support with your business, check out the link in the copy of this post. So attached to this Facebook Live video, there should be some links. You can apply for a discovery call with me. I'd love to learn more about your business goals and maybe some of the challenges that you've faced so far. And that would really be your chance to have a little one-on-one with me, ask any questions, and we can see if you're a fit for the Corporate to Six-Figure Coach Academy that I run. Okay, so on to today's topic, how to anchor to the right mindset that it takes to build a six-figure coaching business. So I'm pulling up here. I see Hallie there. Hey, Hallie, happy Tuesday. All right, so I can see your comments. That's a good thing. So today's topic, how to anchor to the right mindset that it takes to build a six-figure coaching business. Here's what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, and I'm big on strategies, so this takes a lot for me to say. But at the end of the day, you can have all the strategies, all the tools, all the tips in the world when it comes to building your business and marketing. But if you haven't anchored to the right mindset to build your coaching business, it's all going to be for nothing, right? I could hand all of this to you on a silver platter. Right? All the tools, the templates, the strategies that it takes to stand up your six-figure coaching business. But the mindset's got to be there. And I also know that I'm preaching to the choir, which I kind of love. Coaches and mindset are like peas and carrots, right? It goes hand in hand. That's what we do. But I truly have seen way too many coaches who have all the right tools unravel because they didn't anchor to that six-figure mindset. Now, one side note that I will say, I did a separate training in this Facebook group previously, and it was on the topic of cultivating a CEO mindset. Okay, so that training topic was more about how to think like a CEO versus the mindset of an employee. Right? Because it's really two separate things, right? Thinking like a CEO versus the mindset of an employee. So for example, instead of being a doer, right? When you're in that corporate 9 to 5 and you have to do, it's knowing how to spend your time as the CEO of your coaching business. Now, that's not what I'm talking about today, actually. It's highly important to have that CEO mindset. It's a big piece of this, but that's not today's topic. If you want to learn more about the CEO mindset specifically, check out the guides tab in the group and you can watch that training. Just scroll through the guides tab and check out how to cultivate a CEO mindset. Today, I really want to talk about just straight up mindset, which is just as important. Okay, today we're going to talk about the domino effect in order to get to 6 figures, and here's what it is. Okay, so belief. We're going to start with beliefs. My little eraser here. See if I can make that bigger. Okay. Starts with the belief, right? And then thoughts. Okay, beliefs trigger thoughts. Thoughts trigger feelings. Okay, your feelings are going to trigger the actions you take. Okay. And the actions you take are going to trigger the results that you see in front of you. Okay? So 1 is belief. Your beliefs trigger your thoughts. That's 2. Your thoughts trigger your feelings. That's 3. Your feelings trigger your actions. The actions you take, that's 4. And the results that you see in front of you each and every day are triggered by the actions you take, right? So if you want the result of a 6-figure coaching business, right? That's the result, right? But in order to get that result, you've got to work backwards, right? I want that result. Okay, cool. What actions do I have to take to get that result? Okay, now I know what actions I have to take. What do I have to feel in order to take those actions? Okay, I know what I have to feel in order to take the actions, but what thoughts are going to trigger feeling that way? It's easy to say, yeah, I should feel motivated, but what do you have to think in order to feel that way? And then thoughts, right? Thoughts can be fleeting, but what are the beliefs that you have to anchor to, right? That's the foundation of this whole thing, right? So that's the domino effect I'm talking about. If you're wanting to achieve a 6-figure coaching business, which is the name of this Facebook group, right? Or whatever your goal is, whatever the result is that you want to achieve, we got to back up the train, right? To make sure all of this stuff is in check. Now, by the way, I know a lot of you guys, this is what you do, right? You work on these principles with your clients. So I know a lot of you guys are familiar with this model. And although you're using it with your clients, I always hear this, most of you aren't using it on yourself, right? When it comes to building your own business. So that's what I'm here for, is to work through these principles with you, right? Coaches need coaches. That's what I'm here for, to make sure that you are experiencing the same magic of coaching that you are affording your own clients, right? That's what I'm here for. So let's talk about how to back up that result. Just checking my comments here. Hallie, thanks for tagging everybody that's joining, and thanks for joining today. If you're just dropping in, let me know where you're watching from. Drop me a comment or give me a gift that represents how you're feeling today. And we'll dive into today's topic, how to anchor to the right mindset that it takes to build a 6-figure coaching business. So we know our result, right? We want some 10K months. We want to build the coaching business of our dreams. We want to replace our corporate income with a 6-figure coaching business. That's the result. Right? That part's easy enough. So the question is, to achieve that result, what are the actions you must take? Right? Let's back up the train. But because before I can even talk to you about mindset, we have to understand what are the actions you have to take and the feelings you need to have, right? We're backing up the dominoes here. So let's back it up to action. What are the actions you need to take to see that kind of massive result where you're replacing your corporate income with a six-figure coaching business, right? The first action is following an effective formula. That's the first action that you have to take to get results like that. You've got to have an effective formula, right? Of course, the formula that I teach is the Corporate to Six-Figure Coaching Academy, right? That is my formula. And that consists of things like choosing the right niche, getting your messaging on point, positioning yourself the right way in the market, right? Very important, doing that market research, right? That's all a part of step one, right? Of the right formula. Step two is your offer, right? Step two is you also need your own signature coaching methodology, right? You also need to be selling a higher ticket package in order to have 10K plus months, right? You want to be selling only 1 or 2 packages a month to get there, right? So it's more than just slapping on a price ticket. It's creating a high value package. So that's step 2 of what I teach, right? The third step is more about, branding yourself the right way, right? Optimizing your social media profiles, right? Making sure you have the right tools and systems, right? This is all a part of, if you check out my website, this is what I call curtains up, launch your brand, right? It's getting all the right pieces in place, the lead magnet, the email nurture sequence, right? Those are the actions you have to take to get these massive results. The biggest action, right, is building that client attraction system. And it is a system, right, to attract clients. There are certain things that you, as the CEO of your business, have to do each and every day to be attracting clients into your orbit. There are certain things you can automate, delegate, outsource, streamline, right? But it's a system. And I give my clients something called a Build a Six-Figure Coaching Business checklist. And if you do the things on that checklist, you will be at a 10K month, but you got to take the action, right? The fifth action you got to take is discovery calls, right? You got to be booking those calls. You have to know how to run a discovery call. You have to know how to educate people on who you are before you ever get on the phone, right? These are all actions that have to be taken, and in that order, in order to get these kind of massive results. And this is my program, the Corporate to Six-Figure Coach Academy. This is it. So again, you can check out the link if you want to. If you're a visual person like I am, you can check the link next to this video and kind of go through. I have it on my website, what those steps are on my services page. So feel free to go check that out. But those are the actions that you've got to take to get to these massive results. This part is really crucial, right? Because if you're following a formula that either isn't really a formula or it's not effective, you could be spending like 50 hours a week on your business, but it kind of feels like banging your head against the wall because something needs to be tweaked, but maybe you don't know what that something is, right? Or maybe something needs to be changed altogether. Maybe it's a complete overhaul, right? Maybe you're not doing the right actions, which leads me to my next point. Again, today's topic is how to anchor to the right mindset, but we got to back up the dominoes, right? Before we figure out what's the mindset, we got to figure out what are the actions, back it up into feelings and then thoughts and then beliefs, right? So then the first action you have to take is you got to attach to the right formula, right? I don't want you to spend all your time taking actions that aren't going to get you anywhere. Action number 2 is hiring a mentor. Right? Hiring a mentor, a consultant. I call myself a coach-sultant, right? But attaching yourself to another human who is an expert, who's achieved what you want to achieve, right? Don't attempt to take these kinds of massive actions in getting this result of building a six-figure coaching business in a vacuum. You don't want to do it in a vacuum, right? Somebody else out there has done it before you. So anchor to that person's teaching. Invest in your business. That's an action, right? Invest in your business in order to get an ROI. We all prioritize where we spend our money. Right? If your business is at the bottom of that priority list of where you're going to invest time and money, and again, that's an action, right? Is investing. The results, right? Your results are going to be reflected in that action or that inaction. Okay, so find a mentor. Check my comments here. Okay, cool. And again, as I'm kind of going through this, feel free to post questions, right? If any of this feels confusing to you, feel free to post some questions. Okay, just checking my comments as I go along here. If I miss any of your questions, I'll circle back after this training, but I'll try to catch them as I go. The third action you need to take. So you're going to attach to the right formula. You're going to hook up with the right mentor, invest in your business. And then the third action is to learn and implement, which is kind of two actions. So learn and implement. So I think you guys know where I'm going with this action. And hey, I'm guilty too. A lot of us, we're coaches, so we love learning. You don't have to tell us twice to learn and to watch training videos, sometimes even to do worksheets or activities. But the tough part is implementing, right? That's massive action, is saying, and often it's imperfect action. It's committing to imperfect action, but not just, absorbing info, listening to podcasts or even here, which I'm so glad you guys are here with me. But I also want you to implement, right? Do the uncomfortable stuff. And the fourth action you need to take in backing up those dominoes, getting to the right mindset, is scheduling in what I call sacred time directly into your calendar. So I'm calling that sacred time. Schedule in sacred time directly into your calendar in order for you to learn and implement, right? So you don't want to be kind of just catching like a podcast on the fly and getting around to implementing whenever you have a hot minute, right? This is a massive result you're trying to create here, right? So you want to schedule sacred time directly into the calendar system you use, right? If you don't schedule it, it isn't real, right? So I like to recommend the same day, same time each week. Commit, like, this is the time I'm going to watch this training. This is the time I'm going to implement, and it's probably good to separate those two on your calendar, the learning versus the implementing, and schedule it in ahead of time, right? The people who struggle with results aren't doing that. So I want you to be doing that. These are the actions that it takes to get you to the result of 6 figures. And I challenge you guys to think about, what are the other actions that I need to take in order to achieve a 6-figure coaching business? Now, the caveat, of course, is to make sure that whatever actions you're coming up with in your head, you're like, yes, I need to do this, I need to do this, right? You're coming up with this list. I want you to make sure they're verified by a business expert, someone who has achieved what you want to achieve, right? One action I'd love for you guys to take right now is to create what I call a declaration of commitments. Let's see here. Create a declaration of commitments. And what is that? Those are actions that you are going to commit to take in order to build your 6-figure coaching business. Okay, I really want you to make a promise to your future self. So the you 6 months from now, the you 1 year from now, the one who's counting on you to execute this stuff in order to achieve your goals, right? There is a you. I think about the movie Back to the Future, right? And how he traveled in time, and there were like different versions of himself running around this time continuum. Think about yourself that way. There is a version of you 1 year from now, and she's sitting there. I'm saying she, it could be a he if you're a he. But she's counting on you. So the you 6 months from now, 1 year from now is sitting there counting on you and hoping that you will take the actions that are necessary to get to your result, right? So make that declaration of commitments. This is what I commit to doing. And I encourage you guys, if you want to put it out there, drop into the comments. Even give me one action. Give me one action that you will commit to take in order to build your six-figure coaching business. Just give me one and put it out there into the universe. And then along with that action, let me know when you will take that action by, right? You don't need to go crazy with making it a SMART goal in the comments section here. But let me know what you're committing to and when you're committing to doing it by. Let's hold each other accountable, right, in this group. So continuing to back this up, right? Massive actions that we have to take to get the result we want. So let's keep backing that up, okay? We're trying to work our way back to mindset. So in order to take those massive actions, it's one thing to say, yeah, I've got this to-do list. Yeah, I got to do that. Okay, cool. But how do you need to feel in order to take that level of action, right? So we want that result. We got to take the action to get the result. What do you need to feel? Because it's tough to just act without feeling, right? A certain way, right? Results come from actions. Actions come from feelings. Now, there is a caveat to that. I will state this caveat. Sometimes there are certain actions you need to take and you don't feel confident, right? You feel scared. You don't feel confident yet. And one thing I will say is that's okay, because oftentimes it's taking action itself that creates confidence. It's kind of circular, right? It's like jumping off the deep end of the water, right? Sometimes you just got to jump. And then once you're in the water, you're like, okay, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. And it creates that confidence, and then you take more action, right? So I will put that out there, even though, typically you're feeling a certain way to trigger taking massive action. Sometimes when it comes to confidence, it's the other way around. It's a little bit more circular. You take the action and then you feel a little bit of confidence, right? But I want you guys to really be thinking about and making a list. What are the feelings that I have to feel in order to take that level of action, right? What are the feelings that I have to feel in order to take that level of action? So for example, do you have to feel motivated, right? I got to feel motivated. I got to feel motivated to take that action. Do you have to feel inspired, right? I have some clients that really love inspired action, right? That's how they have to feel inspired. Do you have to feel hungry? So when I say hungry, it could be hungry for success. It could be hungry to help clients, right? I always tell my coaches, you have to want it. You got to really, really want this, right? To create this successful coaching business in order to serve your ideal client. And you really got to want it. And this is what I look for in people I work with. You have to want this more for yourself than I want this for you. And that's got to be a lot, because every single one of you taking the time to watch this video right now, I really, really want this for you, right? But you got to want it more. Do you have to feel called to serve, right? Called to serve. A lot of you guys feel called to serve, to build a business that's bigger than you. There's something bigger than you going on here. There are clients, people, humans that are waiting out there for you to show up, to find them, to get your business together, to take action so that you can help them, right? Again, we're talking about feelings. What do you have to feel to take this level of action? Do you have to feel excited, right? I do. I love feeling excited in order to take massive action. So I just want you guys to think about this, right? Because sometimes it can feel like a drag to do some of the actions that are like, oh gosh, I got to get this done. I know this is going to get me a better result, but I don't feel like doing it, right? I want each of you guys to think about What do I have to feel in order to execute? And the key is this is not the same for everyone, right? I like to get excited, but what do you have to feel, right? Some of you guys are going to need to anchor to a different feeling in order to trigger the domino effect of taking massive action. So make it real for you. Only you know how you have to feel in order to execute and take massive action. Whoop. There goes my phone. So just checking my comments here. Hey, Karen. Let's see what Karen says here. The declaration, you love that idea, Karen. Cool. You're committing to changing your mindset around abundance and receiving. I love that. So Karen, tell me more about how you're going to do that, because it's so important. And I love that so much. And you're starting today. Linda, hi. How are you? Linda, I can't wait to work with you again. Linda's one of my clients who's going to be coming back around, looks like September. Cool. Finishing your school and being ready to launch. Linda, we're going to kill it. Can't wait. And I see Victoria's here. Hi, Victoria. Okay, I like reading your comments as I go here, so we can make this interactive. So think about the feeling, right? And I want you guys to drop into the comments. How do you need to feel to take massive action? Right? It's different for everybody. Drop it into the comments. How do you need to feel in order to take massive action? Now we're going to get to the mindset, right? Because the mindset, that's, we're backing up the domino here, right? So here's the question I have at this point. We talked about the results you want. We talked about the actions you have to take to get the result. We talked about the feelings you need to feel in order to take those actions. But what are the thoughts that you have to be consistently thinking to trigger the feelings of motivation, inspiration, feeling called to serve? What are the thoughts that you need to be thinking to trigger the feeling, right? Feeling motivated, feeling inspired. That's coming from a thought, right? So one powerful type of thought to tap into here to trigger those types of feelings is to tap into your why. Let's see here. Okay. So that's the most powerful thought, right? What's your why? That's what's going to trigger the feelings, right? Why is it important to you to build this six-figure coaching business, right? Obviously, money is involved, right? It's a business, but you and I both know that there's so much more to it than that, right? Of course, you want to replace your corporate income, but what's behind that? So drop me a comment and let me know, including for those of you guys watching the replay. Why do you want to build a six-figure coaching business? Give me a reason. Why? What's your why? Now, as a takeaway from this exercise, this is something I want you guys to do after this video. I want you to list out your whys. Give me a list of whys. But then I want to encourage you to go deeper, right? Go deeper. So don't just have the surface level whys. And I'll give you an example here. I might ask you, hey, why do you want to build a six-figure coaching business? And maybe the first answer you give me is to support my family. That's why I want to do it, right? I could, build a coaching business, kind of a part-time thing, and I'm not really bringing in a full-time income, but why do I want to do it? I want to support my family. So then my encouragement to you is going to be go deeper, right? Why do you want to support your family? Because I love them, and supporting them is one of the most important things in my life, right? Why? Because I want my kids to have access to the best schools and colleges and give them a great life. Why? Right? You see what I'm doing here? Go deeper. So create your list of whys. Why do I want to build a six-figure coaching business? And for each of the why, the whys that you list, I want you to ask yourself why 3 more times. This is why I want to do it. I want to do it to help people. Why? Right? Because that's my purpose in life. Why is that your purpose in life? Because when I help people, it lights me up and it makes me feel alive and it makes life worth living, right? Whatever it is, right? I'm making this up, but I want you to take this away as a journaling activity and go as deep as you can with each of the whys that you list. Go at least 3 whys deeper than that one, right? So you get the drift here. So give me a comment, drop me a comment, let me know why you want to build your coaching business. And Victoria, you're going to get CPC certified by the end of Q3. Yes, I love it so much. Karen, I need to feel empowered. Therefore, I must think that I can, I am, and I will. Love it so much. I'm sure you have that probably up as a mantra on your board. Victoria, finally doing something I feel called to do instead of what I should do. That gives me the chills, right? No longer, it's not about shoulding yourself, which is what we do in some of these corporate 9-to-5s. Not all of them, right? If it's a good fit, but we often should ourselves. And now it's about doing what you're called to do. Love that. Karen, freedom. I'm with you there. That's a big why for me. Freedom of choice, option, opportunity to connect and feel valuable with my purpose. Yes. Amazing. So I want you guys to take away as an action here. I want you to journal out your why list. I want you to go 3 whys deeper underneath each kind of surface level why. And then I want you to print and post it where you can't miss it. I'm a tangible person, so I like printing things. I'm old school. But it's like whatever it takes for you to have it. I want you to have it in your face is what I'm trying to say. I don't want it to be a Google Doc that's hanging out on your G drive because that's not going to do it, right? So print it, put it on your wall, put it near your desk, put it on your screensaver on your computer. Put it as a phone reminder. I have some clients that will put their whys in as a reminder on their phone and it'll go off as an alarm each morning and they'll read it out loud. So whatever you need to do to keep all your whys in your face to motivate you each and every morning, review it daily. Review it every morning you wake up before your feet hit the ground. Let this drive you, right? Those are the kind of thoughts that I want swirling around in your brain. Your whys, because that's what's going to trigger you to feel motivated, inspired, right? And that feeling is going to trigger you to take the massive action that you might not otherwise feel like taking. And that action is going to get you the result, right, of building that 6-figure coaching business. The second activity I want you guys to do, so you're going to create your why list. After this training, I want you to write a pep talk to your future self, right? Right. I'm giving you guys some homework here. A pep talk to your future self, right? What does your future self need to hear when times get tough? When things feel uncomfortable or hard? What do you need to say to your future self to trigger them to feel inspired, motivated, called to serve, right? So think about that future you. Building a business is not for the faint of heart. It's not. We're a special breed. We really, really are. We're a special breed. So I want you to think about that future self. Write her a letter. Imagine that letter is being delivered to your future self right when she needs it. Right when she's really struggling with taking massive action, right? What do you need to tell her to keep her going, to keep her pumped, to keep her excited, to incite all the feelings that she needs to feel in order to execute, right? So create your why list, create your pep talk to your future self, and keep them on hand. Keep them on hand. The last thing I want to bring up to you guys today, because now we've talked about thoughts, right? We talked about these are the results I want. In order to get those results, here are the actions I have to take. In order to take those actions, here are the feelings and emotions I have to feel. In order to feel that way, here are the thoughts I have to be thinking on the daily. But now let's talk about the belief behind the thoughts. The beliefs behind the thoughts. Thoughts can be kind of fleeting, right? Thoughts can come and they go. Right? Thoughts can be like feathers in the wind. Beliefs are something we anchor to, right? Beliefs are our foundation, right? So I want you guys to think about what are some powerful beliefs that will keep you grounded throughout the process of standing up a 6-figure coaching business. Some of these I learned from my coach certification. For those of you who went to IPEC, one of the ones that I'll never forget that they really drilled into us was, I either win or I learn. I either win or I learn. There's nothing else. That's it. I either win or I learn, right? A very powerful belief that you can anchor to, right? That's going to become your foundation. And it makes, taking the actions that are necessary to be, executed much easier when you're anchoring to a belief like that. Another belief, could be about failure, right? Maybe it's what may feel like failure is really just a stepping stone to success, right? That's a belief. That's a powerful belief. Failure is just a stepping stone to success. There is no failure. They're just baby stepping stones to success, right? Another powerful belief you can anchor to: action creates confidence, right? If I believe in my heart that action creates confidence, I'm going to quit overthinking things and I'm going to act, right? So I really encourage you guys to create a list of, however you want to call it, mantras, affirmations, beliefs that you want to anchor to throughout the process of standing up a six-figure coaching business so that it triggers. I anchor to these powerful beliefs. It's going to trigger the little fleeting thoughts that come in and out of my brain. My beliefs that I'm anchoring to are triggering these kind of fleeting thoughts. The thoughts that come in and out of my brain are going to trigger how I feel. How I feel is going to trigger how I show up, what actions I take, how I execute. And the actions you take are directly correlated to the results that you see in front of you. Right? That's what it's all about. That's about, anchoring to that right mindset. That six-figure mindset, in standing up your business. This is the kind of stuff you want to be reviewing each morning, right? The beliefs, those powerful mantras each and every morning. My significant other is a strength and conditioning specialist. He's a different kind of coach. So I always have these analogies about going to the gym, because he and I are kind of working opposite like that. Beliefs, right? Thoughts, affirmations, mantras. It's like lifting weights to get into shape. You can't go to the gym one time and expect to be in shape, right? And it's the same thing when it comes to beliefs. You have to be drilling those powerful thoughts and beliefs into your brain each and every day, consistently, to keep yourself at the level of motivation, inspiration, feelings that you need to feel in order to execute. Okay? So I hope this was helpful today. Victoria, yep, the shoulds. Okay, good. Just checking your comments again. I hope you guys found this super helpful. I want you guys, feel free to come back to this thread after you do some of this homework, and I'd love to see what you come up with. Take a screenshot of your whys or a picture with your phone and come back and post it in this thread so we can root you on here. But this is it. This is what it takes to anchor to the right mindset to build a six-figure coaching business. Again, as always, if you're ready to build out that business, there's a link to book a discovery call with me that is attached to the copy of this video to explore whether or not you'd be a good fit for the Corporate to Six-Figure Coach Academy. I look forward to connecting with you guys. I look forward to being along with you for your journey of belief, thought, feeling, massive action, massive results. I'm here. Every coach needs a coach, and can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I will talk to you guys soon.